Got it. Okay. Yes. Thanks,
Yeah,
Pop.
increasing technology is definitely on my vision. Oh gosh, Shanna, I love you and I love Joe and your kids and your family, and thank you for that amazing introduction. And oh, you guys, it does. It all starts with a vision, doesn't it? And you all said yes for being here and 90 days, to executive. And regardless of even the out, like making that commitment to yourself, like that means that there is something inside you that is stirring, that has you saying yes to shooting for the stars, right? Shooting for your goals. And so, and I think pretty much everybody knows my story, but I'll take you back, or if anybody's watching this or you're newer. I started 6 years ago. The 21st of this month was actually my 6-year journey in Isagenix. And my very first vision board that I made, my why, it had director on it. That was as big as I could make it at the time. And, that's okay. It was, but my gosh, what if I was comparing myself and, to everybody else, and let that stop me? But it was like, director, yes, go. We didn't even have crystals at that time. And so I started Isagenix as a product lover, fell in love, got to my first event after reading a book called The 4-Year Career. Please, if you have not read that, let that book come into your life. I read that book, and it encouraged me to put money that I didn't have on a credit card to go to an event, room with a complete stranger, because I just knew that I knew at a soul level that there was something more meant for me and my life. And after I saw the company of Isagenix firsthand, I knew that I could align with it fully. The integrity, everything was there. And so that is really then when the expansion just kept like, oh my gosh, yeah, shoot for the stars, shoot for the stars, shoot for the stars. So I just want to invite everybody, no matter where you are, it is about your vision and your why, and do not let it get clouded and cluttered with it. It should be somebody else's, or because you've seen somebody else have success and it was their vision, that needs to be yours. That will put you in a box and it will shrink you. So that's my first invitation, is to really be authentic and true to yourself. And a vision is not necessarily something that happens overnight. Maybe it is. Maybe it's just this aha moment that comes down and hits you. But I want to just invite everybody to ask yourself really great questions about what it is that you want for your life. What do you want to have in your life? You can start with, what do you want to be doing in your life? And who do I want to be? Right? Those are kind of standard questions that we can ask ourselves. But I also want to kind of just take you through some reverse engineering. And so that's what my intention for tonight's call is. You guys, when I came back from that first event and I set it for the stars, and I saw the big picture, there was a lot of moments of doubt in the beginning, and maybe not doubt because I kept going, but just resistance. There definitely was resistance. There was feelings of failures. There was falling. There was crying. There was tears. There was feelings of overwhelmment, of shame or guilt from taking time away from certain things, and going through. It was an emotional roller coaster. It really, really was. But because I was so certain in this vehicle and its delivery, I was able to push through those things. And I felt like this building my business for a very long time, right? Doing just going through the notions, and it felt like that. And then lo and behold, I met a man, Dave MacArthur, and he's really who casted for me the idea of allowing it to be a balanced structure and to continue doing all of the work, continue to doing the reach outs, continue to doing the follow-ups, continue to doing all the skill sets of being a professional network marketer. But if I could couple it with a purpose and a vision, that I could take it somewhere, I could take it to the stars. And it was like overnight, it felt like that came, or this veil lifted for me, and then it became fun, and it became purposeful and passion. It wasn't necessarily just about the money for me when I started, and so it was about it was about choice, really. It's like I wanted to retire my husband. I wanted to bring him home from the military. So that was a very emotional thing that I could get behind, was that, I know for Shanna, it was, really providing for her family, Joe working hard, her kids, just, everything like that as a mom and things that she was passionate about. And then it wasn't just about, doing this thing on the computer, right? It really got attached to serving other people that were aligned in just like you, right? Healthy kids and moms, and then, bigger and bigger. And so just start asking yourself, you guys, what excites you? What do I enjoy? And I wrote this down. I'm going to read it to you guys, but I wrote this down a while ago. Because the thing is, guys, there's so many books, there's so much training, there's so much on the how-to of, putting down a number. All right, put down a certain amount of money. How would that make your life easier? Like, what date do you want to buy? Like, all of that, right? It's very, very practical, and there's so much for those of us in the big picture, right? That whole list going over of being able to be very practical with a vision, money, what it can allow us to do and everything. But when creating a vision, I want you to ask yourself, how does it feel? How does it feel? How does it feel? How does it feel? And that changed everything for me. And this was a vision that when I wrote this, it just aligned. I believe that love and enlightenment are the things that are true in this world. And with the free and unrestricted use of all things, I brought love, peace, joy, enlightenment, prosperity, community, happiness, abundance, knowledge, truth, acceptance, freedom, choice, empowerment, and all things that allow others to step into greatness to millions and over time billions with Isagenix as my vehicle. Right? I'm thinking about the compounding effect. You can turn one light, another light, another light, another light. I was the change I desired to see in the world. And then I did my I am. So I am love, I am light, I am peace, I am hope, I am a messenger of truth, I am kind, I am abundance, I am gratitude, I am purpose, I am a child of God, I am greatness, I am service, I am contribution, I am powerful, I am the creator of my world, and I choose the most magnificent life possible. Now, was that per se really related necessarily to Isagenix? Not really, right? Like it really wasn't particular to that. But being those things, being those emotions behind the words, like what does love feel like? What does it feel like to be peaceful? What does it feel like to have choice? Like I associated all of these things with what the Isagenix vehicle could do for me. Right? What it could allow me to connect to other people, allow me to step into the roles of greatness, allow me to be an influencer of all those things, allow me to be a light of those things. And that's what I could get behind. And what really just, I was so excited about Isagen, right? I was so excited to share. I was so excited to send message because it was so in alignment of this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm bringing people into, not even necessarily just a cleanse system, right? Like health is the foundation of everything. And so like that was like a no-brainer, right? The no-brainer was there. The belief in the product's so high. If we need to up our belief in the products, do a 9-day, right? You'll never feel so good. You'll be like, ding, back. Remember again why the health was that's given. So really just the clarity around how I want to be feeling with my blossoming Isagenix team, with the people that are showing up, with the leaders that are showing up, with the message that's getting sent, with the community getting built, with the feeling that people have with being an Isagenix. That was it. And I was attached to that. And I knew being attached to that by it was just going to happen that I was going to be able to bring my husband home. Right. So it was like, even though like the vision of bringing my husband home, like that purpose is what really brought him home, of tying those together. And so it wasn't overnight. It really was not overnight, but just can I be willing to allow inspiration to flow through me, to me, so that I can step into my greatness, so that I can step in to my alignment, to my purpose, to what this amazing compensation plan can be, that it can allow me to fulfill my life's vision and purpose. So like, just, if we write down, and I'll challenge it, let's do this. Let's do this right now. We'll just do a couple things. I want you to write down And just let it be a soul thing. Don't let it like think in your head, right? First things that come, let it be the heart, operate from the heart. Longest journey is from the head to the heart for sure. Most important, but sometimes can feel the longest. Write down, what do I want to have right now? Just write 3, 4 things down. I want to have blank. Write it down, have. All right, cool. We're operating from the heart, so just come on it. So I want to have that, right? I think our life's going to be better because when we have that, I'm going to be happier when I have that, by golly. All right, what am I going to be doing? So like having those things, what am I going to be doing, right? What do I want to be doing? To have my happiness and success and all that stuff. I want to have success. I want to have a flourishing accidents business. Well, what am I going to be doing when I have those things? And then next one, who am I being? Because I have those things and I'm doing those things. Now, who am I being? So am I now I'm feeling happy? I'm feeling joyful. Like how am I being now that I have those things and I'm doing those things? All right. So um it's reverse engineering. With a vision, I know for me, I was so attached to writing down things like about having and doing, and all of those are absolutely amazing and an essential part of it. But that was the initial focus of it. And I thought that I would be happier, more fulfilled, more goals to hit, like based on having and doing. When in reality, it is the exact opposite. We will attract to us that which we are being, not that which we are wanting. So if we're focused and we're starting with the have to be, I want to ask you, what if you could reverse engineer that? What if you come down to who I am being? I'm being happy, I'm being joyful, right? Like all those things. What if we can say, okay, right now. So I'm just inviting, as far as with a vision, is what if those became priority of how I feel? Because the whole reason that we want anything at all, anything at all, is because we think in the having of it, we will feel happier in that time, period. We think that we will feel better when we are having and doing those things, period. It's very, very simple, really, right? It's a very, very simple thing. So once we make a decision and we decide to have that reverse and we assume those feelings first, oh my gosh, that was it for me. When the gates opened, when it really, really opened. If you're in the big picture, I shared a Wayne Dyer book. It's called Excuses Be Gone. There can be no excuses around a vision. There can be no excuses around a vision. And I want to ask you if you are willing to release excuses, to release doubt, to release fear, or not to release fear, but to go through the fear even when it shows up. Because it will show up. It's a very healthy thing, actually. I think we have a negative idea around fear. It is really a beautiful thing if we can shift it a little bit. But willing to go through it even when it shows up. And willing to have a commitment to your vision, to allowing a vision in, to creating a vision, to continuing to evolve vision, think that so many of us, we want to make a vision because, well, what if it changes? Well, what if it's different in, 4 years, or I put all this time into a vision? Then guess what? It is. I promise you, it is going to change every step of the way. It is going to change, going to change, going to change. And committing for me means to say no to things that allow to let more in. Oh my gosh, yes. There's so many things. When it's clear on a vision, you can say no to other things to really focus on what that is. And, I thought about coming on here and really, going just so much into this traditional, the why, or, some of the trainings that Isagenix has done. But I was like, no, like all of that is so there. Like, are you asking yourself, you guys, really great questions about what it is you want to be doing, having, but more importantly, being? What's the person? How would you show up for your family? And, how would you and your, I'm going to use spouse. This is a great one that I know, how would I be having a relationship with my spouse when all of these, this more comes in, right? This more and more money, a bigger Isagenix team, like all of these things, more, because a rich relationship and a happy marriage is very, very important for me, right? It's one of the top. So thinking about that, am I going to wait? Am I going to wait for more money? Am I going to wait for more time? Am I going to wait for that to take some time with my husband, to appreciate him, to have date night and those things? Or am I going to be doing that now on the process of everything else growing up? It's so important to assume your wish fulfilled of how it is that you want your life to look. Assuming the wish fulfilled is the missing link in my soul's knowing of why the gap is not being bridged for people. It really, really is that. And so if you can assume the wish fulfilled now and not wait for the things to show up to be happy, not wait to start doing the things that you want to be doing. And sure, maybe it's not, we're going to fly on a private jet to Cabo for a week and unplug and hang out. Maybe, that can't physically manifest quite yet. However, what could manifest, if part of your vision is an amazing relationship with your spouse, what if a set in time for a 20-minute walk with your spouse? What if that was it, right? You have kids, maybe going on a walk. It's a family time and a walk, a 20-minute walk with your family. You guys, assuming that, being that now, right now, more stuff will come in to create more of those feelings and more of those feelings and more of those feelings, because the whole reason why we want the physical things is to feel the emotional things. And so when you're dream boarding, when you're writing, when you're going through things and you're having fun, a glass of wine on the porch and a conversation, like that is so productive in so many ways, that because you're doing the reach out, you're doing the accountability, you're doing all the things that it takes to be successful in your action steps, other than if we're not feeling joyful and happy and privileged and gratitude to be doing those things. Who is grateful to be able to have fingers to type, to send out messages on this amazing screen that is connected to Wi-Fi that goes around the globe? Who can get behind intense, massive gratitude for that opportunity to connect with people, to connect with souls? Like, who can get behind that? Oh my gosh, that's so powerful. And so, when thinking as far as a vision, and there's just so many of us that are in the rods, the big picture, where it's so laid out, so gone over. If we are not taking our feeling and attaching it to the vision, it is futile. It is a hamster wheel, and it is exhausting, and it is not fun. And I want things to be fun. When I was in Hawaii, somebody just sent me something that says Hum Angels. Okay, Hum Angels. And it says the Ministry of Fun. And this is their business card. And it says Ministry of Fun. And I want you to think about this person making a vision for themselves or what's accepted. And she was about 70 years old. This lady, she was up there. And I tell you what, she inspired me like no get out. She was having some fun and she was passionate and she was purposeful behind an idea, right? And if it's not fun, don't do it. However, if you must do it, make it fun. Make it fun if you must. So how can we make this fun? How can we laugh about, getting on calls, doing your accountability? Like that can be fun. Like how can, vision boarding, dream, how can you make that fun instead of like a task? What is the state that you can get into before doing your IPAs? I love that I align with my purpose and my vision first before my IPAs. Like that's something that when you have a vision, the IPAs are just bloop, because it's attached to a vision. Each of us has a one-to-one connection to the one. In truth, we are all one. I am a minister of fun, a tribe of one, right? That's why I love the one team, the blessing. Loving, engage, and slowly repeat and draw a figure 8 on the brow at the third eye. So this is this. So this little lady, she's up there in this seminar, and this is her whole induction. Infinite love is coming to you infinitely from the source of all love and fun, which is the same place. She goes around talking about fun. So are you having fun in your journey? Are you having fun? And can you get really excited about what you're reading? Or are you just taking somebody else that you saw somebody else's vision? You saw somebody else have, 8-star. You saw somebody else like, I need to be doing this, travel here, travel that. So let me just put that down. And then there's never a feeling that you can get behind it because it wasn't yours. It didn't come through you. You didn't conceive it and birth it. You want to birth your vision for you, right? This comparison is the thief of joy. It is the fastest way to rob yourself of joy is comparison. Oh my gosh. It's slavery. You enslave yourself when you step into that comparison. And if we're in that, we've lowered ourselves so much because then it's the shame, the guilt, the doubt, all those things start to surface and it robs it. But you guys, when you're authentic in your truth and in your vision for what you want for your life, for your family, it's like the floodgates open and heaven just starts sprinkling. I mean, all these synchronicities start showing up. The message that you're sending, the people that you're getting on the phone with, the people that start friending you, you cannot keep people away from your organization. They will show up. It cannot not happen. They will show up because you are so attached, you're so excited, you're so in alignment with what you want for you, not anybody else. Right? You're and when I'm thinking and I'm talking to somebody and I'm asking them questions about, if you had a magic wand, what would you want your life to look like? Like, I want their business to be for them. I want for their goals, for like aligning with that. Like, I know what this vehicle can be. I know it provides choice, and choice opens the floodgates, right? Choice is what we're all striving for. Well, we're so free. We're so freaking free that we get to make a choice about everything. We get to choice about choosing to not go inward and find out what our vision is and choose something else, right? Falling into somebody else's patterns. That's how free we are. That is to me free will. Free will is the ability to make a choice. And oftentimes we have a choice to do our IPAs. We have a choice not to do our IPAs, right? We have a choice to make certain things priority. We have a choice to start being what we're saying. Oh, I'm going to be this way when I have all this stuff and I start doing all these things. I don't even feeling this way. We have a choice right then and there to feel that way. Period. We do. Like, we can assume a feeling based on setting into gratitude, appreciation, spending time with somebody we love, all of those things. And so with a setting a vision, guys, people without a vision will perish, period. And I've seen it so often because people will come into this business and they put a box around it. They put this box around it and then they stop having fun with it. They stop growing with it. They stop aligning with it. And it diminishes. Their light diminishes. And it could have stayed on and bright And my light absolutely diminished. When I started seeing people going faster than me, having more success or coming in and growing, I started, I want to know everything that they were doing. And I was like, okay, I need to do all these to do because that's how they're having success, how they're having success, how they're success. And everything tanked for me. My business dropped, my body gave out, everything gave out because it was that comparison and needing. And when I reattached to this, to what originally flowed through for me, it all changed again. So, nobody can, and here's, on the back, what excites me now: beaches, massages, getting tickled. Oh my God, I love getting tickled. I love it so much. I tell you what, there's just nothing that, just thinking about it makes me beyond happy. Great food, ability to help others whenever I choose. Inspiring others to discover what excites them, traveling, meditation, laughing, money, being organized. And my higher purpose really, really wants that. I am organized. Rank advancing my team. I get really excited about those things right now. What excites my team, right? Do you know what excites the people that are coming into your organization? That's powerful. That's powerful. Feeling connected, knowing one another, personal development, feeling loved, feeling heard, knowing they are part of something bigger, recognition, creativity, play, their families, freedom of self, and freedom of negative feelings, travel, choices. Like I know, like that's what excites my team. And what if attaching to that, what you have written out for what your soul told you, and that is what you read. That is what you played behind an I am meditation. I have this I am meditation that Wayne Dyer, and I have myself reading this, and it's played on the I am, and to listen to that. How would that change your state every day? How would that change connecting to somebody? Right? Now, I think sales is amazing. I think sales is one of the most beautiful things in the world, and I think we have this whole effed up idea around sales completely. Right. I love Wayne Dyer too. He talks about like the spiritual path. It's falling in love with what you have to offer. That's sales, is falling in love with what you have to offer. And thinking about what we have to offer, and community alone and self-love alone is amazing. And then you factor in this freaking comp plan that has this ability to create passive residual income. When I learned about passive residual income, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. My soul was very aligned with that. Because I was like, wait a minute, I can create something where I don't have to exchange time for money. What? Are you kidding me? Like, I can create a foundation for that? Yes, 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 yes. So every single time I'm talking about Isagenix, I have a vision of people learning about passive and residual income, and that this is a vehicle for that. Oh my gosh. Like, I'm so excited about that. I'm still so excited about that. I'm so excited about that. And so doing events, doing sip and samples, traveling to people, vision casting, all of those things I'm so excited about because I'm aligned with it. So, there's so many books. Start with Why, that's very powerful. And, the essence of how you feel is everything. I love, love, love the essential oil essence. Oh, I love that word, essence, because you're assuming it, right? It takes on the essence of something, and it's that then what's resonating, it's what's vibrating. And so my heart to everybody's heart is enjoy the journey, enjoy the process, enjoy the idea of continuing to evolve your vision. And if right now you can't think of anything, that's okay. That is freaking okay. You're mastering a skill set of your IPAs. You're becoming that. You're showing up for yourself. Like, self-love can be a vision, right? Whatever it is for you right now, it's okay. Put it down. Don't think about, why am I thinking that? Well, should it be this? Well, should it be different? Well, what did Casey say? No. Out of our head into our heart. Out of our head into our heart. Envisioning, like Lindsay just said, is like a muscle. It will get better. It can get more creative. It can expand. It will expand. Expansiveness is a law of the universe. Everything must be expanding, period. And so realizing that, guys, relax, have fun. Like, in A Happy Pocket Full of Money, which is one of my favorite books in the absolute world. Oh my gosh. Absolute favorite. He's like, after this whole book, he says, if I could sum this entire book up in one word, it would be relax. Relax about it. Doesn't have to be so structured. It's not going to be black and white at all. Black and white thinking, ew, right? Allow the gray to come in when you're forming this for yourself. You'll have many different areas of vision. You'll get more specific at certain times. Be creative with it and flow with it, and meditate to let your vision come in. If you're reading any type of books, you guys, about high performers, that Brendon Burchard, meditation, people that have sustained success, meditate, call it prayer. If prayer is you talking to God, silence is allowing God to talk to you. Get silent at times and allow things to flow through to you. There will be times, yes, reading it, listening to it, feeling it, and when you have goosebumps, when you think of something and a goosebump throws through, or you're talking to somebody and goosebumps, I want you to be so aligned with that knowledge that I'm having God bumps right now, that there's some electricity feeling rolling through me, and just be aware of that. Be aware of that, come back to it, but pay attention to the signs that are showing up for you. And keep evolving it with that. Happy Pocket Full of Money. We all have Happy Pocket Full of Money because we all have a heart and a mind. So we have just an absolute unlimited resource. You guys, there's an abundance of scarcity, or there's an abundance of abundance, period. There's an abundance of scarcity, or there's an abundance of abundance. And it's not going to be both. And so with an abundance of abundance mindset, things allow yourself, when we're writing out a vision and the focus, right, like is going towards thinking of like what could go wrong, or how is it going to happen? How is it going to happen? How is it going to happen? It's not your job to figure out how it's going to happen. Release that. Like, I could not tell you, from getting, flights canceled and then getting on another one again, getting a seat changed, to sitting next to the person that introduced me to a book that has changed my life. How could I have predicted that? How could I have possibly orchestrated the fact to be sitting next to that person after all these events that conspired, when it seemed like, oh my gosh, everything's working against me, right? If I'm problem focused, everything, man, I can't believe all this has happened. Everything's working. No, you have a vision. Things are working out. I'm attached to this overall, right? That my Ice Drinks vehicle delivers. I'm attached to this. Of course, all those things happen, and then a book comes into your life that was the one thing that you needed for something. That is the God work. That's the miracle work. And we get so attached when we're creating a vision of not writing it down, of it needing to be perfect, of us understanding how it's going to happen, that we limit ourselves with it. So completely release the how. It is none of your business. It is not your job to figure that out. That is God's work, and it manifests. It manifests. It is, if you have vision boards, if you're assuming wish fulfilled, at this point, I feel like I'm like every single month and a half, I need to make a new vision board. Things are happening that freaking fast. Was it like that in the beginning? No. It wasn't. Can it be? Yes. But I have aligned more so with surrendering to the how, with surrendering to it not having to look like I thought it was going to look, and being in flow and just having more joy regardless of external circumstances that I think should be taking place before I have the feeling of joy. I've just decided to be joyful, period. So if I've decided to be joyful, guess what I'm being? I'm being the thing. I'm feeling the essence of joyfulness. And so guess what? I keep attracting to me things that make me feel more joyful. And I'm putting up on my vision board. I'm writing down on visions. I'm writing down goals and ranks and isogenics. It's assuming it first. So in writing a vision, I want you to think about feeling first, then doing, then having, right? So I love the fact that I have a private jet. I also love the fact that I have a private chef. I love the fact that I have a traveling masseuse. It's very, very exciting stuff. Right? It's very, very exciting. But if I started and I was just thinking, okay, I got to get a jet. Got to get a private jet and be, that would be really exhausting for my mind, would it not, to figure out how the heck am I going to get a jet and be in a private charter? Like, remember, my first vision was director. That was the first vision. The first vision was projector and making as much as I was as a nurse, right? $3,000 a month. Like, that was the initial vision. I could not see past that. But that was it. That was okay. That's where I was. Now it's absolutely a jet. So being a charter jet. You guys, I would stop right there. Like that, I mean, I don't know how I'm going to get that. Who am I going to meet? How's it going to happen? Like, it's going to be billions of dollars. Like, where am I going to store it? Like, how does this charter system work? Oh my gosh, that is exhausting. I'm exhausted just thinking about it. Right now, I definitely don't want to do any action whatsoever because I just can't even get out of bed. I'm so exhausted. Oh, is this going to happen? Oh my God, what am I going to meet? How do you feel? Like, all these things. Now, what am I going to be doing, though, if I had that jet? Okay, well, for sure, I am absolutely, like, flying to, like, amazing places, just thinking about, like, just getting massages. I'm getting massages on this private jet, too, and just, like, going through the air, like, oh, my gosh. It's just so exciting to think about, like, landing privately, like, just no hassle of standing in the lines. When I am in the airport standing in lines in security, you better bet your booty I'm taking myself to my private jet. Like, oh, that's a great visualization time. I love standing in line at the airport because it makes me go so in and deep. And everybody's out complaining about, oh my God, blah, 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 right, about being in the line for the jet. And I'm sitting there having a freaking fantastic time because I am on my jet and I'm flying high and in the charter system. It's very fun. So I'm going to be having fun. I'm going to be excited. I'm going to be feeling good. I'm going to be feeling empowered. I'm going to be feeling like I have so much freaking choice that I just call up 30 minutes before I want to fly somewhere. And like, it's there. I don't have to worry about a return flight. Like, I have stopped booking like return flights pretty much. I pretty much book one ways now. I've stepped into that really, I was like, okay, what would I be doing if I had a private charter? That's something that I'd be doing. So I've moved up to there. But you guys, I don't have to wait to be having fun, to be feeling free, to be, excited, to be getting even massaged. Like, I don't have to wait to be feeling those things before I have the private jet flights, right? So it's that complete reverse engineer where I'm taking myself I made the decision to be joyful. I made the decision to be happy. I made the decision to be doing things that I love. If it's just smelling a freaking flower because this flower is open and it's gorgeous. Like the other day when we were in Nashville, there was this flower and people were walking by on the sidewalk. I had to stop and put my nose in that flower and just sit and watch it. And this beautiful bee then came by and was on this flower. And I'm just sitting, I'm staring at it. I probably look like absolutely crazy. I don't have to wait to experience moments of awe and joy and bliss until something has happened in my Isagenix business, until my vision has completely happened and come true, right? And purpose and vision, this purpose behind your life, and then you have these vision goals of, okay, what's the next rank? Executive, that is it. You're doing the things that it takes to get to executive in this, like, 9 days. You're doing the things. So release the worry, release the doubt. What if it doesn't happen? What if it does? It's not going to happen if we're sitting here worrying about what if it doesn't happen. Attached to your vision. I'm doing the activities. I'm doing what it takes to be an executive. If you're an executive, you're doing those things. So you can release everything up because you're doing it. You're being, saying, okay, I'd be really grateful if I hit executive. I'd be really excited if I hit executive. If you can be grateful and you can be excited about messaging people, boom. Don't think that getting to executive is going to allow you to be grateful and excited. It is the being grateful and excited to be doing the action steps that will deliver the executive. It is not the reverse. Just like how my jet ain't the reverse, right? It ain't having that first before doing all those other things. So in doing it, have fun, let it be yours, push out all noise, and attach the feeling. The how, it will happen. Period. It's just as simple as that. So that is my message that I wanted to deliver on visioning, and take some time to write down. If you're in the big picture, allow it to keep being the big picture. Don't add additional to it, right? An additional step that you need to be doing, like you're doing that with the be doing hat. If you're not in the big picture, you guys what do I want to have? Why do I want to have what these things? I'll be doing this. Who do I want to be being? Who do I want to be becoming? Who do I become? You can write down as a spouse, as a parent, you know, as a citizen of this country, of the globe, of the universe. Like write it down and then reverse engineer it of how can I be being these things right now? What can I do? Maybe not at the level of, okay, you know, I would be, you know, traveling, you know, first privately, you know, to all the like most amazing beaches in the world, right? Maybe you can't be doing that thing right now, but what could you be doing that could still elicit some of those feelings right now? Walk, smell a flower, time with spouse, right? And then and visualizing it like, just seeing, of course, because those things will show up, but feeling is the secret. It's the secret. It's the secret. It's the secret. It bridges the gap from where you are to where you want to be. And when that is your essence, what you want to have, it cannot be kept from you. It cannot be kept from you. It is God's promise to you. If you believe it. If you believe it, then you're going to be being it. Period. You're not going to wait for the material to show up until you can assume that feeling. You're not. So that was my aha with Dave MacArthur. And I detached from how it needed to look, from how I thought it should be. I stayed in my action. I got better as I was in action, and I get crazier every day. So it's very fun.
You're amazing.
You're amazing.
Your feelings first. I mean, it sounds so like what, Harry Fairy? Harry Fairy? But it sounds like something we should know already, but it's like, but we don't. We don't.
Yeah, I mean, you know, how many of us put feelings in our vision? You know, really thinking about that, or like we take the time to make a vision board. We take a time to write out goals and tasks and, you know, do our APAs. I remember Peta Kelly, she wrote, how you feel when you're posting is more important than what you post.
Wow.
Period. How you feel when you're posting, because that takes on the energy, the resonance of how you're feeling right now. And so you guys, we've made the commitment to doing our vision, to showing up, to doing the 90 days to executive, right? We've made that commitment to ourselves. And so it's like, why wouldn't I make the commitment to my state, like to how I'm feeling behind it? Like, if that's what bridges the gap. Dave MacArthur said, Casey, it is the most labor-intensive saving device you can use. I'm like, save labor? Save what? Okay. Right? I'm all about some ease. So when that was said, I'm okay. I'm open. Try it out. Oh my gosh. Try it. Even if it's just happy.
Let me ask you a question. For those of us that tend to take ourselves in life a little bit too seriously, we know who we are. What do we start? We start with excitement and we start with joy. That's the best place for us to start?
You know, appreciation is for me the best place to start. Appreciation is. So, because I don't know that I could just, okay, be happy. Well, okay. But can you be appreciative? Yeah. I mean, I can appreciate, right? Like, we all have so much to be grateful for. It is absolutely like out of this world. You know, you thinking about, because I think everybody in here lives in America. I don't think there's anybody outside of America. Like, we live in the wealthiest nation in the world of opportunity, right? We were born into that. And so thinking about that, in this country, what, like, you know, you have the ability to be in massive gratitude. And so if I have a computer, if I have a pen to write with, like my fingers, my health, if you have, you know, oh my gosh, healthy children, like, you can be so appreciative. If you have somebody who loves you, good friends, a roof over your head, clothes, like food to eat, like, oh my gosh, what we appreciate appreciates. That write that everywhere if you have to. Write it everywhere. And can I step into that? And, you know, so often, you know, when we get in this business and we see other people going fast, or we see, you know, people are growing, we take things seriously. So, you know, we need to have, it should be and we should be hitting certain ranks. We should be cycling this, all this. Well, I'm only at 5, or I'm down 10 cycles, or I'm up 5, or, you know, whatever it is. If we're focused on the fact that we dropped 10 cycles, what are we focused on? Abundance or lack?
Lack.
Lack. So guess what is going to show up?
More lack.
More lack. So I'll give you that. My cycles can fluctuate 100 cycles, right? So you think about like, so, okay, I hit 250, but I went back to, oh my gosh, then I went down to 148. What would happen if I focused on the fact that I went down 100 cycles and that became my focus? It would go down. And that is what happened. That is what happened when I stepped into comparison and like, should be doing it like other people. Oh yeah, they 128, down a little bit more. Oh, I was like, okay, well, keep focusing on it, Casey. Keep talking about it. Keep harping on it. Keep looking at it. I wasn't attached to this. I let this go, and I was so freaking looking at like the cycles are down. So, oh my gosh, could I be so grateful for 5 cycles? Could I be so grateful for 1? Could I be so grateful for getting better? Should I be so grateful for who I'm becoming? Should I be so grateful that like there's people in my organization? Could I be so grateful that I have just product users? Maybe it's like, I don't have enough leaders. I don't have enough business builders. I don't have enough. Well, keep talking about it. Guess what? You won't get them. But if I could be grateful that I have product users, that I have some cycles, that if I can step in that appreciation, that I have the ability to be sending a message, oh, more and more will flow. What you focus on, you find. Always, 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 always. You know, look at relationship. When I focus on the qualities that I love about my husband, I see that so much more than if I focus on something that annoys me, right? Like I can focus on the annoying thing, right? That again, he has no control over. Like I am complete in control over my emotions, right? Oh, he should be. Blah, blah, blah. Guess what? Then I'm going to see another thing. Then I'm going to see another. Then I'm going to start looking for him. Oh, what are you going to do today that's going to annoy me? Let me pick that out. But however, if I switch that and I start with, man, I really appreciate, you know, the way that he cares for me, the way he loves me, like his strengths, his commitment, his loyalty. Like I appreciate. Guess what? It's just more and more of that is shown. More and more light is shown on the thing, and then it's just that is what changes. He's not changing at all. He's not doing anything different. Nothing. Right? It's me that has done the changing and what I'm what I'm looking for. And that is why more of it shows up. Same thing in your ice business. Same thing when you're, you know, getting on to prospects. Same thing when you're getting on, you know, to get in groups, to connect with people, to inviting people. Are you looking for some reason why somebody's going to say, no, it's not going to be for them. They're probably going to think this. Are you going there? Guess what? You'll find that. You will find it. Or are you looking at the fact that, oh my gosh, this person, like I'm offering choice today. I'm offering freedom today. I love it. People be like, what do you do? I'm like, I sell freedom. You want some? I've enrolled people in my business from that, right? So that's fun, right? That's when sometimes then you can be like, okay, if I feel like I need to have fun, then maybe I'm going to like just really be fun and not even attach as much to the process. And I'm telling you, it's sometimes when it's like, I can't believe that person. Actually, I can't believe they enrolled because that is what I'm doing. I am selling freedom. Why would I not be shy about that? Let me be more serious. Not to say, guys, asking great questions, following the script, following the systems. Yes, yes, yes to all of that. Put your twist of you on it though. Like put your twist of you. And you know your vision's behind it. So appreciation.
Okay. That's very helpful. And fun gets more done, right? Does anybody have any questions for Casey while we have her here for another minute or two? Just any shares or anything you want to ask?
I want to say too, like, and you know, we talked about this. Maybe I talked about it on somebody else's team call, but you know, I ask myself too if I'm stuck or I'm feeling stuck. Right? Because if I'm feeling stuck, I'm going to just attract more and more things that keep me stuck. Start asking yourself questions. Is it because I'm not allowing myself to be expression, not allowing myself to have fun, not allowing myself to dream, not allowing myself to experience joy right now because I've been so rigid, so I need to loosen up and get a little crazy or something? Or is it because I have these big goals and big visions and dreams, but I'm not in action? Right? There has to be the balance. There has to be the masculine and feminine like balance of it all. Right? It can't just be all like, oh, da, 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 like, okay, yeah, it's just gonna happen, flow into me, and like, there has to be that balance of you, because being in action shows faith. Being in action shows that you believe in your vision, that you're allowing it. So if you're feeling stuck in a way, maybe you have gone way too far off in La La Land, and you got to bring it back some into, yes, there are practical things that do have to take place, right? Like that has to. So ask yourself questions if you're feeling stuck, and then bring in some of that balance for yourself.
Awesome.
Hey, Casey, this is Mai Yang. I just have a quick question about developing that mental muscle, the focus muscle. So I find myself getting distracted easily with too many priorities daily. So what are some of the key things that I can continue to build that muscle and strengthen that focus muscle?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Power sessions and planning sessions. Power sessions and planning sessions. So this is a card that I have on my desk. It says prioritize. Focus on your highest priorities. I help you get organized and motivated. Organized. I keep focusing on those. I keep showing up, right? It's different for every single person, but I think the system is pretty much the most useful one that I have found, at least. And when you are clear on your vision and what you want and what is most important, you will say no to the other things. I was so clear on Isagenix and the vehicle being it for me, right? Bringing in that passive residual income, being able to offer people, help, being able to offer my own self help, being able to retire my husband, having I was so clear that was it. Everything else went to the wayside. Now, however, I worked, right? I worked full time, 12-hour shifts, 14-hour days as a nurse, all of that. But whatever it was, things got pushed out of the way, and I said no to things because that had to be the priority for me. Now, if you have children, you're married, right? All of those things, there are all of those priorities that do have to be there, right? I mean, kids have to be a priority, but there has to be that clarity around Isagenix and that clarity around it being the vehicle and commitment to it as well too. And, are we allowing things that don't really matter that much? We think that they should be high priority, but they really don't matter nearly as much. And, you have to ask yourself, only you know what truly matters, for you. But you could do Monday, you have a planning session where you plan out, you write down, you brain dump. What are the most important things for me to have success, hit my goals, right? In XYZ. So in my Isagenix business, in my family, in my health, right? All the, whatever comes, I gotta go to the bank. I gotta, deposit this. I gotta ship this, whatever is in your mind, because multitasking is like heroin. Like what it's doing. So how much time is robbed, you guys, in multitasking? That is what I would say too. Like if you're trying to multitask, there's a brilliance, I would say, like somewhat in like being able to listen to a podcast while you're driving, doing call, things like that. But at the same time, if we're sitting down and trying to be intentional with something and we're allowing interruptions to come in, we're robbing ourselves of so much time. And so when you write down those things that are most important to happen, and then you take blocks of time that you can, and I wouldn't go more than scientifically, at least this is what my business coach tells me, is that you should not be in massive action modes for more than 45 to 55 minutes. Anything more than that, you're kidding yourself if you think that you are being really productive. And so there's a loss of focus after those spurts of time. So if following up, right, what are your IPAs? Prospecting, right? Presenting, and then duplication. 3 things, right? Your people, inviting, duplicating. Like at the very basic, those are the things that bring in the income producing activities in a flourishing Isagenix business. So those are priority. If you have a block of time, that has to go first somewhere in your block of time. If you have 30 minutes 3 times a week to work your Isagenix business, let's say, that would have to take those up. So, same thing with, your family and all those things. But if you put it down, it's down. And then just treat it like you would treat having a $1 million paying business and you had a boss over you and said, look, you have to do this, and this in order to get your check. You would do it. There would be no question. It happened. Like,
so true. Amazing. Thank you.
Right? Like when you go to work and you have a deadline or something, you show up. You will. So it's like, treat it like that and the time will show up. And I might not put it in one of the threads that we're in, but somebody's like, well, I find myself, if somebody said, look, I will give you $100,000 at the end of this 90-day run to executive, you'll get $100,000 if you do it'd be done. There would be no ifs, ands, or buts. If you knew $100,000 was coming to you in your pocket to be, doing the IPAs, to be creating a vision, to be aligning with a feeling, and somebody was over you watching you, right? Somebody was watching, you do it. So, let that kind of representation of $100,000 thinking, if you're attached to a vision, and maybe the vision is $100,000 right now. That's okay. If that's all the vision is, that's okay. If money's the only thing that I can think to put up there because that will make my life easier, that's fine. But make sure that you know how you would be feeling if the $100,000 showed up, because that's the secret. You guys, out of the idea too that it has to look perfect, that it has to look a certain way, or all these things. Be intentional with it. What works for one does not work for all. You will find a way. Nick, who had no arms and legs, at the Isagenix leadership meeting, he said, figure it out. Figure it out. Figure it out. That was the whole theme of the message. He was like, figure it out. And allow yourself to figure it out, but without being this nasty, mean person to yourself while you're trying to figure out what works for you and not beating yourself up of what it should look like or comparing yourself. Allow yourself to figure it out, what works for you, but make it your priority. Hope that helps. And as you're doing it, it gets more clear and more clear. This works. This feels good. Yep. I'm most productive when I do it this way. I'm more productive when I do it at this hour than that hour. Yep. Clear. All right, moving forward. That's the mental muscle of focus, I think, and then if you find, I'm really successful in doing sip and samples versus maybe, this, or I invite, it's way more effective for me to get in front of this many people versus that, you're figuring it out, and so it's allow that to be a part of it. Because again, the how shows up with the vision. This is how you will find the time, and how the mental muscle, you will absolutely figure it out, is because you are so attached to a feeling of what figuring it out results in.
Amazing. Thanks.
Welcome.
Awesome. Well, you guys, Casey, thank you. I know we all feel even more love and gratitude. Thank you so much for that amazing training.
You're welcome. You guys, you can do it. You can do and have absolutely anything. And Isagenix, it is a vehicle of passive residual income. If the answer was yes, that I could have anything, that I could do anything, that I could be anything, what would I write down? If I knew without a shadow of a doubt that the answer was yes, what would I write down? I'll think about it. It doesn't matter. And let yourself dream. Be a kid. Imagination. Everything in this world started in imagination.
Love it.
Let your Isagenix business start there too.
Awesome. All right. Thank you very much. You guys have a great night. Appreciate you.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Start with dolphins. Yes.